Okay, welcome to the instructions on how to do the infant needs. I have a screen open with a whiteboard, so you're going to see to the left-hand side the infant need instructions. So there are 12 questions that you're going to need to answer. And essentially, the idea behind this is to determine how much of the different vitamins and minerals are the quantities meeting for a 0 to 6 month old infant, a 6 to 12 month old infant, and then a 1 to 3 year old child. So really quickly, this is your Canvas side here. It's going to have this handy dandy link right here that says the DRI chart, which you're going to want to open up because that's where you're going to locate what are the daily needs for the different age groups, which will look like this. So this, for example, is just going to be the vitamins, and there will be a separate one for your minerals. At the top, you're going to see the vitamins or minerals, and then on the left-hand column, you'll see the different age groups. So as you can see, infants are broken up to 0 to 6 months, and then 7 to 12 months, and then children 1 to 3. So you're going to use those first 3 lines depending on what question you're answering. So I'm going to show you just one example, but first what I want to do is teach you how to do a percentage of that DRI. So for example, if you're going to do a percent of the DRI calculation, you first need to determine what is the DRI. So we're going to use number 1 as an example. So number 1 is a 0 to 6 month old. And I'm sorry, I'm actually going to use number 3 because I have the vitamin tab open. So for a 0 to 6 month old, the vitamin A requirement per day, I need to go back to that chart. So I'm going to highlight this to make it a little bit easier to follow along. We're working right here with this 0 to 6 month old. So it's going to be this top line. And this equals daily. So this is the daily, what we would call a DRI or RDA. Okay. And now what I want to do is, because I said it's vitamin A, I need to locate vitamin A. So that's this column here. And what I will find out now is for a 0 to 6 month old, it is approximately, I'll blow that up, 400 nanograms of vitamin A per day. So if I go back to my calculation, I'm going to put 400 nanograms of vitamin A. So that's my daily requirement. Now, in order to answer this question of what percent of the daily vitamin A is met, if the child has the 70 nanograms per meal component. Okay, so let's just say the entire meal provides 70. What I need to do is figure out what percent of that DRI is provided. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 70 and I'm going to divide it by 400, and then I'm going to times it by 100 to get my percentage. So if you get that calculator out, and if you do 70 divided by 400 and then times it by 100, it's going to equal 17.5. So this particular meal provides 17.5% of the daily vitamin A for a 0 to 6 month old. Okay? You're going to continue to do that same format for all the items. Just make sure that you are looking up the correct, whether or not it's iron, whether it's calcium, vitamin A, vitamin C, and then make sure that you're paying attention to the different age groups as well, because when we go back to that DRI chart here, as you can see, they do have different requirements, such that the vitamin A, for example, actually decreases for the 1 to 3 year old. So if you were to do this same calculation, it's going to be different and your answer will be incorrect.